Hey, what's up, dudes? I wanted to talk a little bit about the Callisto Protocol while it was fresh in my mind. I say fresh, I finished it last month and it came out last November, so this really isn't probably news to anyone who has any kind of view to YouTube or fucking any social media because all of the reviews of Callisto Protocol I think slated it, and I did my best to have a media blackout. Like, I didn't watch any videos. I saw thumbnails from the Sphere Hunter, from Nitro Rad, from Boulder Punch, from G-Man Lives, like all of these people, like, and I didn't click them, and I resisted because I wanted to play it myself. And I went away with work. I came back, day one edition, boom, I'm so excited for this game. I really like Dead Space, which I finished last year. So you go into this thinking, yeah, this is going to be Dead Space, right? It's going to be another Dead Space set in this fucking prison that this guy's come up with. And it looks really cool. It looks like there's going to be a really intricate story. And you think, oh, well, it'll be like Dead Space and the monsters will link into the story and the combat. And then you start playing it, and let's start off with the good. It looks amazing. Yeah, you can see from this footage, even though my face is in the way, there will be some better footage coming when he crashes this fucking spaceship. But yeah, the game looks amazing. I played it on PS5. I couldn't be happier. It really showed off the PS5. I never had any problems with it in terms of crashing. There was some texture pop in and other things, but never kind of stuttering even before the patch. So I was quite happy with that. That was fine. So performance-wise for me, I know other people have had complaints, particularly on PC. Be careful on PC. I've heard it's pretty shit. But console-wise, PS5 seemed to work pretty well. So I'm quite happy with that. Now, that is the positive out of the way. Another kind of mediocre, kind of semi-positive for me was the combat. That's going to be controversial because a lot of people fucking hated it. I watched a lot of reviews after I'd finished it, and most people complained about it. But what I think people didn't get was, with the dodging, each enemy has a certain number of dodges you have to do, not only depending on their status, so whether they're the normal one or the upgraded one, but also if, like, the way they're moving and the way they're attacking. So a certain attack, you think, oh, it's this one, 1, 2, oh, it's that one, 1, 2, 3, oh, it's this enemy, oh, that actually needs 4, some of the bosses need 4, then you can get in really quick hits and kill them really easily. And by the end of the game, once you've got that kind of flow going, where it's like dodge, bash, shoot, pick up, you know, you can clear rooms so quickly, and it makes you feel really fucking badass. And I appreciated that. I appreciated that a lot. But it took a while for me to get to that stage that I was competent enough with the combat system to be able to pull off that sort of stuff. So anyway, I was quite pleased with the combat. As I say, it could be refined. Where it kind of got stuck was around some of the environmentals. Like some of the environmental portions you would get stuck on. There are some bosses you can cheese, actually, with some of the environmental stuff. So that's pretty fun. But yeah, overall, for me, combat seemed fair, seemed fun. The enemy variety was what really made it lack something. And I talked a little bit earlier about how in Dead Space, necromorphs, you got to shoot their limbs off. So that kind of ties into the story, which ties into how you play. And your gun, you know, you got to turn the reticle, etc. This is the same all the way through. Bash, shoot, pick up, bash, shoot, all this sort of stuff. Like, just really rudimentary combat. But they force in stealth sections, and they're just so easy. I played a little bit of Evil Within, and it's a bit like that with the Shiv, but it just pulls you out of the game a little bit. And when the game has such a lackluster story, now, the story could be there, the lore of the universe seems pretty cool. I listened to the podcast, the story podcast before I played it. I was trying to get hype. But the actual game itself, the way it delivers that story is absolutely lackluster. I know a lot of people have said this, but having to stop and listen to audio tapes and not have them play during gameplay, I mean, fuck me, man. That's gaming 101, gaming design 101. How did that pass the litmus test in the fucking design room? What were you guys smoking that day? Can I have some? So we got to be careful with that. But otherwise, the story was really rushed in the second or third act. One throwaway character at the beginning, that prisoner, it felt like he was gonna have. Why did he know Jacob, and what was gonna happen? And then, oh no, he's dead. And now it's the girl from The Boys, because we couldn't pay her to be in the whole of the game, only half of the game. It's like she could have been. She's so good. So yeah, story let down, graphics amazing, combat good if you can get away with it. I enjoyed it. I am really flexible with that sort of thing, though unforgiving. So you may not be so forgiving. But yeah, if this game comes on special offer for like 20 quid, $25, something like that, then I would definitely pick it up. The day one edition, I would say for me, it wasn't worth it. I could have waited for this game. It's nice to get hyped now and again for some things. You know, it's nice to have nice things now and again. And unfortunately, this was a slight letdown. I enjoyed it, but it did let me down. And believe it or not, I finished this game and then played Silent Hill 2 all the way through as a palate cleanser. And that showed me how fucking good this type of game can be. And that was the HD version on Xbox 360. So even that was, I would have played that a million times more. With that in mind, I've got a Silent Hill Origins playthrough going at the minute. I'm going to talk about that. I am going to cover the HD remix or whatever of Silent Hill 2. My thoughts on the differences between the original and whatnot. Lots more things coming. We'll probably maybe do some streams this year as well. So anyway, I hope you had a good new year, and I hope you didn't buy the Callisto Protocol on day one like I did. Fuck you, peace!